And we welcome once again this morning on the BT Morning Show, Chris Totten of Kent State Tusc. Good morning, Professor Totten. How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. Well, it's always good to be here. It's good to talk to you, and especially when we're trying to find out about something exciting like a Bachelor of Science in Animation Game Design. What exactly is that? It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and how do I get involved, and how did you get involved, I guess?
Well, we've had this program at Kent State Tusc for quite a while, actually. There have been classes in this since the 90s, and we've had a set concentration that you can major in within the engineering technology program since about 2009. But what we have now is that we've become our own degree program, which means that we have, a lot of flexibility to be able to be really responsive to the field of, both fields of like animation and game development. A lot of people are familiar with all the popular games out there, especially this time of year.
Yes.
Everybody's getting their Christmas shopping, and this is when everything is releasing. And we just had two big new video game consoles come out in the PlayStation and the Xbox. So, these move really fast, and we're able to respond to that, and we're really excited about that. We're also able to, really focus on, some of the artistic aspects of it too. So, that's really exciting for us.
Another thing that I imagine is pretty exciting is your recent accreditation by the National Association of Schools of Art and Design, which is a real feather in the cap, and it gives you such credibility, right?
Oh, absolutely. We did a lot of work to make sure everything aligned really well. And I think any time that you can respond to a list of external stuff like that, it makes you look at yourself and become better, right? So we're excited about that, while also continuing to maintain like the standards and the ability for our students to get good jobs, whether they want to stay in the area and use some of the CAD-driven classes that we still teach, or if they want to, broaden their horizons and go see what's out there. We provide the whole thing.
Right. Well, as far as like people that are interested in this, and not necessarily just the love of video games, that sort of thing, but what kind of a person and what kind of a student becomes successful in your program?
So these two fields, both animation and game development, are fields that I think are really, they benefit the curious. They benefit people that love to, play around and tinker with stuff, try again with things. Like, it's funny, in school, you're taught, obviously don't fail at stuff, but in game development, we want you to make those not quite 100% fun prototypes. We want you to, learn by just sitting there and doing and trying it out. And if, something doesn't work the first time, we want you to come back and try it again. And, that kind of curiosity really helps people move forward with it. And it's a lot of practice. Like anything, it's a lot of practice and diligence, but it really pays off. And it's amazing when we get to watch a student go from being like, I like cartoons and I like movies and I like games, but I don't know how they work, to becoming like an expert. It's like a magical moment for us.
It is. Is there any way that you can help teach the creativity process of like coming up with the core idea?
Part of it really is, it almost sounds counterintuitive, but like what I try to do, and what we all try to do really when we come up with projects for our classes, is we come up with almost like a system of limitations, list of things you can and can't do in your project.
Okay, yeah.
But what that tends to do is the limitations forces your creativity a little bit and makes you think like, well, I can't do that, so I have to find a way to work around it to get what I want. out of this. And, usually amazing things happen when that happens. So, we try to make them make a bunch of little things, and then slowly, their brain, it's really just like training a muscle. Their brain gets used to it, and then once they have the full power of all the like high-tech stuff that we have for them to play around with, then they know what to do. They're not overwhelmed by, endless possibilities.
Right.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, I can see that. The parameters are kind of set like, oh, I didn't know what I didn't know, but now I can kind of see where I need to go with this. How did you get interested in doing this? Were you a student of this sort before you became a professor?
So, growing up, I drew a bunch and I played video games a bunch and, wanted to be an animator. I actually went to school for architecture and, but I learned 3D modeling through some of the programs that we use there and kind of to demonstrate, what kind of jobs you can get in this area. With my 3D modeling, I worked in architecture for a while. I worked in, just visual communication, like graphics development, graphic design for a while, and then eventually got a job teaching 3D to folks. And I used my interest for game making, along with some like work that I'd done in school, like helping friends make video games and things like that, to just start doing this on my own. And I, networked with people in the industry and things like that. And, long story short, I ended up here, which is pretty exciting because, I made games for a number of years and got to teach in an awesome program with awesome colleagues and awesome students. And it's really great.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're still involved in the process. That's what's so fun, right?
Yeah.
Well, tell me how somebody could be put in contact with you, like this is really sparking them and thinking, this is something that I have thought maybe I would like to do. Kent State Tuscarawas sounds like a great place to leap into. How do I get involved?
Well, we have on our website at the Kent State Tuscarawas campus, we have the animation game design program. Let me see if I can't get a nice, easy. Catalog.kent.edu, and from there you can search for Animation Game Design Bachelor of Science. They can also get in touch with me, C. Totten, Totten, at kent.edu, and go from there. All
right. Well, appreciate your time. It was great. I mean, it sounds so much fun. And again, congratulations on the NASAD accreditation. And it sounds like you're going to turn out a lot of great, talented professionals right in front of our eyes here.
Well, thank you very much. And thanks for all the support.
No problem at all. Thanks for being with us. That is Chris Totten.
All right.
Thank you. He is the lead faculty for the Bachelor of Science in Animation Game Design, which is at Kent State Tuscarawas, and our focus this morning on Tusc Talks here on our 8:30 High Beam on the B Team Morning Show.